Hi guys, I am Tando Kutu and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, first things first, house rules. Have you subscribed? Please like after watching. Please comment after watching. Please share with someone that you think needs to hear this. Let's get this conversation going. I really want to know what you guys think. If you guys are relating to whatever it is that I'm sharing, just so that we, yeah, like I said, get this conversation going, because that's the whole purpose of this. Anyway, so it's Visitor Wednesday once again, and so this week I wanted to discuss something that is very close to my heart. It's actually been bothering me for a while, and I just wanted to put it out there, and that is transparency. So, transparency amongst women. In this day and age with social media, we have built up, or there has been this trend that has developed of portraying a perfect life. So, perfect wife, perfect husband, perfect kids, perfect house, perfect car, perfect job. Everyone looks like a millionaire. Everyone is going on $1 million holidays, and then it kind of ends up putting pressure on the normal person, because now you sit there and you wonder, how what am I doing so wrong that I don't have this perfect life, and I'm not a good mother, and I'm not a good this, because on social media everyone makes it look so easy. So what I wanted us to get into is, let's be real, guys. Let's be transparent. Let's have real conversations. And by that, I don't mean now, okay, go to social media, start a live, and now pour out every personal detail of your life. However, I think as women, we all have a tribe of women that we trust, a circle of friends, family, whoever. And I think those people deserve to see, to a certain extent, the real you. I'm sure you're asking yourself, why am I dwelling on this transparency? Why do people need to go or know what's happening in my life? Why do they need to know my struggles? We've seen, as a world, as a nation, as all over social media, life in general, how depression, mental health issues have really skyrocketed. And I, for one, feel like one of the reasons why it's being or getting so alarmingly bad is everyone feels like they're not good enough, because we're comparing ourselves to things that are not even real. You're comparing yourself to the next person, whereas the next person is only showing you the best clips of their life. And if we knew that the next person also has struggles, I don't think we'd be so hard on ourselves with the struggles that we are currently facing. Let me make an example just to kind of give you guys some context of what I mean. Example, I'm a mother, and I honestly wish that before I became a mother, that someone had, our parents will tell us, okay, being a parent is hard, what, but we all know black parents, they never really get into it. Yeah, anyway. So that wasn't really being honest or being transparent about what happens when you're a mother, what happens when you sleep with a boy, all of those things. So again, now I'm deviating. As a mother, I had my first child and I struggled a lot. I had postpartum depression. Fine, story for another day. But the moral of the story is, I was so hard on myself as a new mom, or as a first-time mom. I could see I was struggling. My baby was crying. I did not know what was going on half the time, or what this child needed most of the time. And I was so hard on myself, because I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad mother. How do I not know what my child needs? How do I not know how to soothe my child? How do I not know so many things? Because when I open social media or I look at the people around me who have been mothers, they all made it look so easy, you know? They made it look so flawless. You know, you see the pictures on Instagram. They make it look so easy and flawless and sunshine and roses, but no one would be like, yo, like, you know what, I haven't slept in 5 days. Um, Sometimes I don't even bath until 5 p.m. Sometimes 90% of the time I don't even know what I'm doing. Those are the type of That was the type of honesty I felt that I needed at that point, because knowing that I'm not the only one, knowing that there's nothing wrong with me. I think that's the most important part. Is if I had known um, that the next person was also struggling or having a bit of difficulty here and there with being a first time mom, I wouldn't have thought that there was something so wrong with me. Breastfeeding, another one. Um, Also, another thing where social media, internet, whatever, they make it look so easy that, oh, okay, umntwana uyavela, you take baby, put baby onto nipple, and it's free sailing. No one tells you the baby might not latch, baby, there's so many layers of breastfeeding, and no one prepares you for that emotionally and mentally, to say it might not work. Like, it it took me going through the process of, okay, I couldn't breastfeed my son, I wasn't making enough milk, he wasn't latching, he wasn't getting full. So there were so many things going wrong on my breastfeeding journey. And it was another element that added to me feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad mom. I can't keep my baby quiet. I can't feed my child. I can't breastfeed. And because when I looked outside or looked around, other people, or the people around me, or people on social media, it made it seem like it was so easy. And when my journey was not the same, I looked inward to find the fault. Then I must be the problem. My body must be the issue. Like, again, I must be the bad mom. So again, I'm saying, had I known, Uguti, it's normal. It's a lot of women that struggle with breastfeeding. A lot of women that have babies that have colic, that are colicky, and that just cry nonstop. A lot of women go through that. So I just want us to build a culture of being honest. Let me rather not say honest, because then it sounds like I'm saying people are lying. We're not lying, but we're not transparent about the truth and the hardships and the difficulties that we're all facing, because we don't want to seem like, yo, I'm the one that's struggling, or I'm bad at this. But at the end of the day, we're all human, and we all struggle here and there. We all have difficulty doing certain things, and it's easier to support the next person. It's easier for the next person to reach out to a Tando, because, oh, Tando went through this, let me pick up the phone and call her, let me send her a DM, let me, because you know that another person, when you know another person is going through the journey that you went through, it makes it easier to accept. It makes you feel more human. You don't go through that whole beating yourself down, beating yourself up about it, looking down upon yourself, leading to all of these things about depression, anxiety, and all of that. So, like, again, let me emphasize, I'm not saying now let's all go onto social media and air our dirty laundry and so forth, but let us get to a point of, even the people around us, let us be transparent, so that it makes us makes it easier for us to be able to support each other, because we're all going through a lot. I mean, when, like I said before, when you look at the numbers of mental illness, depression, suicide, it shows that majority of us are suffering, but we're suffering in silence because you think you're the only one going through what you're going through, or you think there's something wrong with you for going through what you're going through, or not, you think there's something wrong with you because you're not coping with whatever life is throwing at you. But I kid you not, whatever it is that you're going through, someone else has probably walked that path. Someone else is currently walking that path. So by us being open, we open the door for that conversation. We open the door to be able to support the next person, to be a shoulder to lean on. For someone who, you never know who needs to hear whatever it is that you're going through, because that could be their lifeline at the time. Like for me, I'm so grateful that I got to a point where I I started trusting the people around me and was able to be open. And I've got a marvelous tribe of women. I remember when I had my second child, it was great because I always had someone telling me that it's okay. It's okay to not know what you're doing. It's okay to not know what the baby needs. I remember even with my sister when I had my first child and I was struggling, I was crying, baby was crying, I had no idea what was going on. And I'm like, we were just crying together, and I eventually called my sister and I told her, listen, I am falling apart. I'm so overwhelmed. I have no idea what I'm doing. And she says, none of us do. And I was like, what? Wait, what? And she's like, no, none of us do. And it's okay to feel like that because trust me, 90% of the time as a new mother, you don't know what you're doing. It's just, you trust your gut, you trust the fact that you love your child and you want the best for them, and you just lead with that. But it felt so comforting to know that there was nothing wrong with me, that she had gone through it. My friends, when I reached out to them, had gone through it, and it made it easier for me to deal with. So again, I'm going to come back to the mommy journey, because it's one way as women we tend to, being a mother is an amazing journey. Being pregnant, giving birth, whatnot, it's an amazing journey, but it's made us as women also tend to look down upon ourselves, because now you're pregnant, the world wants you to be the hot pregnant mom who still wears heels, who hardly gains any weight. Guys, that's not being realistic. Not everyone's body is the same. My first pregnancy, I gained over 20 kgs. Second pregnancy, I hardly put on any weight. It doesn't matter if you are 90 kgs or whatever. You are carrying a gift. Embrace the journey. Stop going to social media and looking at these hot pregnant celebrities who are this small with a tummy that's this small. If that's not you, that's not you. So let's also tina ourselves, be real with ourselves. Yes, fine, I'm asking that we be real with each other, but us, you, me, as ourselves, let us accept the realness of life. You're going to gain weight when you fall pregnant. There's going to be complications. There might not be complications. Every journey is different. We give birth. Another problem is everyone will post, oh my gosh, she snapped back in 2 weeks, or she snapped back in a month. You know what? If you snap back in a month, well done to you. It's amazing. But if you don't, you're also still amazing. Life happens. There's reasons why the mother next door is able to start exercising 2 weeks after the giving birth, and you can't. And if you can't, it's okay. So again, there's that pressure of, we post, see, this one has snapped back, and now you've got a poor mom who's struggling for whatever reason. She doesn't have time to exercise. She doesn't have time to do certain things to get her back into shape. And now she's feeling pressure. Wuti, there must be something wrong with her. There must be something wrong with her body because she couldn't snap back as Instagram and Facebook culture wants us to just snap back and be perfect. We're not perfect. And at that point in your life, I honestly feel like you should be focusing more on being there for your baby, being the best mother. Look, hooray, if you have the help to be able to have that 1 hour in a day to exercise, great. If you don't, great. Let's all do us. But I feel Uguti, the transparency, the knowing that it's okay to be normal, it's okay to be real, it's okay to not have it together because the person next to you, person around you, the people around you are also struggling with the same things. So let's stop putting pressure on ourselves because these are the things that are leading to us being not content with our lives. Then sister depression and all sorts of other things. I'll make another referral to my journey, postpartum journey, had baby. I lost weight. I think probably two weeks after I gave birth. Like I literally went back to my normal weight. But because I'm a person who struggles with milk supply, I literally have to like eat every few hours to kind of get enough milk for baby to be full. That's just how my body works. So obviously I put on the pounds like right back on to the weight I was before I gave birth. And at first I won't lie, it kind of frustrated me, like, oh my gosh, I want to snap back, but I had to take a step back and say, but you know what? It's okay. Not everyone's body is the same. And it took me, once again saying it took me having a tribe of honest and transparent, supportive women around me to say, hey, it's okay to not lose the pregnancy or baby fat immediately. It's okay to lose it after a year. It's okay to not be like the next person because right now your journey is different. You chose to breastfeed, and right now what's more important to you is giving your child the nutrients they need and what. So for me, gaining weight was a sacrifice that I had to make for my child, and it was okay. I accepted it. I went on about my journey. Then I got ill. I remember, I think I also shared this with you guys at some point with one of my videos, no, one of my posts. So I started exercising towards the end of the year, but I fell ill and I had to stop because I wasn't feeling well. Again, life happened. Life doesn't always happen the way we want it to happen. And like I said before, someone else is probably going through the same. So I stopped and carried on with my life and waited until I felt better and I was in a space that I had the time, I had the energy, I was healthy enough to be able to start exercising. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that going forward we will be more real, more transparent. Let's be human, let's be people. Let's remind or show each other that we are people and we all go through things, because when we are portraying a perfect life, it may not seem harmless at the time, but someone else may be breaking themselves to the bone to live up to those impossible standards that you yourself can't even live up to. Side note yet again, you don't owe an explanation to anyone. You don't owe your life to anyone. You don't owe your private details to anyone. But I'm just saying, let's just be human. Let's be supportive. Let's help each other through this journey called life, because we're all just making it up along as we go. We're all just trying to survive. We're all trying to be happy. So let's be kind. to each other. I think this is one of those acts of kindness. So yeah, you can keep the transparency to your circle, to people in your tribe, as long as we're all making a difference at the end of the day. I think that's the most important thing. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, share. That's it for Wisdom Wednesday. Peace, 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 peace. Love you guys.